Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You didn't take my advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, Streaker, and more. Oh, why so many places? I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness, so there's no headlines here at all. Because every headline these days does not make you happy. It will make you rant with what's wrong with people and is the world going to hell in a handbasket. So we don't do that. We talk about heart lines and things that make you a little happier with some solution. And I have topics and guests and fabulous co-hosts who help me with that. And today, I know all the rebels are starting to come in. I see your eyeballs coming in the cashew gallery. So happy to have the rebels here because it's time for Straight Talk with myself and
Ricky Rebel. Hey, filming live in Austin, Texas.
Yes, he is streaming live. Hold on. Welcome back to the studio. And those of you who are meeting Ricky for the first time, why? But just as a reminder, in addition to being one of my co-hosts, he is a Billboard Top 40 recording artist, as seen on tour with Britney Spears. He's been a Grammy member since 2017, part of the voting membership for the Recording Academy. He's discovered by Michael Jackson, signed to his label on Sony, and later signed to Madonna's record label, Maverick Records. And he launches his rich stream of discography, singles, music videos on this show. And his latest, we celebrated the amazing, at the amazing studio MB Productions, his Blue album that just came out, and we've been dancing to it, and so much fun. So, one more time, welcome to Ricky Rebel. Can never get enough of that applause. You got a finger on that one, or I got a finger on that. Somebody gave us a finger, not that one, but this one. Thank you very much. And yep, Ricky is streaming live from Texas. Where in Texas?
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! AJ says, hey, Anthony.
Hey.
AJ. All right. Stream the Blue Album 10th anniversary edition on all music platforms. I think AJ is your longtime PR man.
We need to hire him. We need to hire him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love you, AJ. Thank you.
Hi, I love you too, AJ. It's been great getting to know you as a result of my fabulous co-host. Now, you know the drill. We always start with breakfast. And this morning's breakfast is taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich, top of the bun. Things that you're grateful for. If you look outside of yourself, around you, what are you grateful for? And then tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to look around inside and think about what you did do today and accomplish instead of what you forgot to do or you didn't have time to do, and what you're good at instead of beating yourself up for what you're not good at. And finally, most important, instead of thinking about people who did you wrong, I want you to think about people who did you right. So that's the gratitude sandwich that I want you to take a bite of for this good life habit first thing in the morning, every day, weekday morning on my show. So, Ricky, what are you grateful for? Top of the bun.
Top of the bun. I'm going to say I'm grateful to be here in Austin, Texas. I love to travel. It's so much fun. I'm streaming live at Cosmic, which is a fun spot in Austin. They have chickens here. They have Biggie burgers, thick and juicy chicken burgers. They have alcohol all day, all night. Going,
Who's
and the music is very loud, and they love music here. And
who's thick and juicy?
I'm thick and juicy. It's called
Ricky brings
Biggie's
out
Yardbird.
the
Little like they have like little trucks, like food trucks. It's
oh,
really interesting, and different types of food. They have like pueblo, viejo. If you like el queso, it's just a fusion of different cultures. It's really fun.
now
I'm having
where
a
is this
blast.
again? What part of
Austin,
Texas?
Texas. It's called Cosmic. Cosmic is the actual place I'm at. I can't. I don't know what if this is West Austin. I'm not quite sure. I'm still learning.
Is it your first time in Austin?
No, I've been here for this festival called South by Southwest. It's a really big festival for musicians. And when I come to Austin, I was here twice. Performed in South by Southwest. It was a like crazy jungle. Like there were so many acts. It was like whoa, hundreds and hundreds of musicians, all crammed into one little space. And I liked it. It was a lot of fun. You get to hear rap music next to country music, next to EDM, and everybody was kind of fusing together. It was fun.
Cool.
Mhm.
Top Billboard Top 40? Is that what you said?
Yes,
Okay.
recording artists.
Yes, I actually have been to Austin one time, and
Okay.
I didn't know that's where you were when I asked you where you were, because I was about to say that the best chicken sandwich I've ever had was in Austin.
It-
And then you
Are you
talked about
serious?
that. Yes. And then you just talked about that. I was like, I wonder if I went to where you're going. So isn't that what
Serendipitous.
what
Yeah.
what are the chances of that? I've been having a lot of Whatcots, which is good for the topic of the day. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm grateful that I got to play mahjong yesterday and did quite well, and that
You took it. You took it.
I took it. And I love taking it. And
You are so competitive. I love it.
it's
You're
not
just like me.
yeah. It's not whether you win or lose. It's whether I win or lose.
Exactly. We're so alike that way.
I know. It's
We
super
love to win.
funny. Oh, AJ has a gratitude. Roof over my
Oh, AJ.
fridge, hobbies to enjoy, and my cat. Awesome.
Oh,
That's
honey.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I get naughty on Fridays, folks. So if you're shocked at my windows, don't be, because it only happens on Friday. And then I have to say, Ricky brings out.
I'm glad I'm the recipient of that.
Yeah, Ricky's brings out the thick and juicy in me.
Why couldn't we name the show today Straight Talk, Thick and Juicy?
Yeah. AJ wants to know if you're going to see Wayne. I don't know who that is.
Yes, I am. And that's another thing. That was my second thing I was going to be
Okay,
grateful
go.
for right now is my friendship with Wayne, folks. He's my longtime collaborator, friend. We've known each other for a long time. He's helped me with making a lot of my albums. The Manipulator album, my first album. He helped me work on the new Alpha record, the Veronica. He had a lot of hand in that one too, as like co-writer. And he's really interesting. The way he views music. He views it kind of like an art piece. He's like, it needs to feel like this. It needs to. So I love him. I'm more of a technical person and like a scientist, and he's very like I think Andy Warhol meets Salvador Dali meets Barbie, and that's my friend
Sorry about that.
Shira. Meet Shira. He's like he looks like He-Man, but acts like Shira, and I love him.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. I am grateful for Ricky. I don't think I've said that in a while.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that through trauma we met, and it is we met through this person who she's not her best in this. She may change, but through her, she pretended to be both his the reason he is as big
Existing.
as he is. Yes, and tried to pretend that she was me, and that she had this show instead of she was a quarter co-host for a California Minute, and she tried to pass herself off as me, which was really quite shocking when I found out. And she was escorted out of the Las Vegas Convention Center for stealing.
Oops.
Yeah, a pass or some media. Anyways, so, but because of her, no names, obviously, to protect the guilty, I got to meet Ricky. And I'm so grateful that when I said to him, sorry, we're not doing this project as you as quarter co-host, he said, can I still work with you? And that led to
I did.
the love affair that we're still in our honeymoon. We still haven't had any.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we won't, but we know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
We just go shopping, and then
I think we do. Yeah, that's it. We know how to make up for it. How to spill, it's like life, you spill the milk, you just got to clean up the mess.
Exactly.
Got to clean up the mess.
Exactly. So,
yeah. So, are we going to go to the next part of the bun? Last gratitude.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm grateful for the skin. The skin is skinning today. The hair is hairing today. No filters. No filters needed. Hashtag no filter. I'm grateful for that. You and I, everybody, we have to work hard to look good and feel good. And so it's working. I'm grateful. That's superficial. It's so superficial. But
hey, I'm grateful that I don't look my age. I'm hashtag ageless. And that I, most importantly, don't act my age. And I think that's one of the reasons why I am who I am, is that I just don't buy into the BS of aging, the belief system that, all of that. So I think Ricky and I definitely share that. And I want to squeeze the balls out of life.
Did you say what I think you just said?
I just did. I'm sorry. It's Friday. What can I say?
Did you FCC yourself? Do you have to take yourself shopping now?
I know. I'm sorry. Patricia, welcome. I'm grateful for my sister and Ricky. Beautiful.
Hi, honey. Love you.
And John Baptiste is here. Hello from Africa. To follow up, greet Ricky from Africa, Rwanda. Yeah, John Baptiste is a longtime supporter of my show. He comes out of my interview and my support of those in Rwanda. I had Frederick, who was his friend, who had his arms chopped off by the Rwandan in the Rwandan genocide.
That's horrible.
Yes, he was in studio when I was at Sunset Hour. And John Baptiste is part of that whole, he not only forgave, he started a rehabilitation center for those who were damaged during.
Honey.
So isn't that great? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I've gotta mention I'm gonna be doing a benefit concert October 4th in Hollywood. I'm gonna post it on my social media accounts very soon and start promoting it more. October 4th, we're doing a charity event. We're raising money for Saving Face International, Saving Face International. And what they do is they save the faces of women who were acid attacked and men. And the plastic surgeons come and give them free plastic surgery to save their faces.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
I
Yeah.
want them on the
So
show. I want them on the show.
yeah, that's a great idea. You'll love her. Queenie King is the one who's producing it. It's a variety show.
What's her
She has
name?
different Queenie King. I'll introduce you after the
Yeah.
our show. She's a pop singer, a wonderful person, very cool. So yeah, we'll connect.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go to the bottom of the bun, which is, what do you like about yourself? It's weightlifting so that you are not your worst enemy. You become your best friend. So you don't have that critic talking, saying that you're not all that, because you are.
Yeah.
And one of a kind, wonderful, we all are, all 8 billion. And this is the part of the bun that we exercise that. So what do you like about yourself? This is, I'm so proud every time we do this, because Ricky did not like doing this at all, because he's a recovery.
Publicly especially.
But I forced him. He's getting really good at it.
Right now, I'm really grateful for myself for sticking up for myself as far as, where I'm coming from, talking to people about being more open about my feelings, being more open about what I think about something, sometimes too expressive. So I'm learning how to, when to rein it in, and when to pick up the phone and call someone. You get these text messages and you can interpret it in certain ways. And literally, when the person wrote me this long text, I wrote, "Call me." That was my response. I'm like, we need to talk on the phone to hear. And the minute we get on the phone with each other, it's fine, because you can hear the way we're talking to each other. You hear the vibrations and the tone of your voice, and you realize you come in peace. And you can hear that through the voice. You can't hear that in text messages, the vibration. So I just like the fact that I told the people what I thought. This is where I'm coming from, blah blah blah. I cleaned up the mess really quickly. And we moved on. Last week was really intense. We know what happened, and I don't, we're not going to really talk about it, but it was a really hard moment. And that person was a friend of mine. But we really don't need to talk about it, because it gets really complex. But the bottom line is, it was just like something happened. I cleaned up the mess, and then I moved on, and I didn't make it a big deal. So I like the fact that I'm getting to that level.
That's awesome. When to hold and when to fold. That is the skill that Ricky is learning. We've got great players in the cashier gallery today. Anthony is great, appreciative that he always keeps going no matter what he goes through. Awesome. Patricia.
Yeah, we love that, AJ.
Helpful person that likes to help people. That's awesome.
She's very loving, that one. Very loving.
Oh, see, you just got your validation there. I appreciate that I am able to take something like 2 blood clots that I don't know if I told you, Ricky, it is definite. I went back to the hematologist, and there was a glimmer of hope in the 16 tests. This is the first time I was hoping that the test results were actually positive, because then that would be my body was creating the clots, not the airplane and being up in the sky, and I could still fly. But it's definitely, my test came back normal, so it is flying. So I will never be able to do the tour as I had planned. Africa, yes, Jean-Baptiste, I was supposed to go to Africa in August, Ireland, Hawaii, Shanghai. I can no longer do consecutive. And every single time I go up in the air, it is a risk for another blood clot. So that was a really hard thing to hear. And every day I cry a little bit less. And so I'm, able to move through that and continue to look for the blood clot silver lining. And I appreciate my ability to practice what I teach, you know,
Yeah.
and feel the
Hard.
feelings and then have faith that it's always this and better. And we'll be getting into that. That's why I picked the topic for today. So, yeah, I appreciate my ability to do that. The bottom line is
Strong. Your strength. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. When one door closes, another one opens, but sometimes it feels like hell in the hallway.
It does. Yeah.
So you know, when you said, you know, I love to fly or I love to travel, my heart just goes,
Oh, babe.
because it's, you know, the two most incredible things in my life were travel and racing sailboats. And in one foul tube blood clot find in my leg, it's over. So yeah.
You can do driving tours, right? Like with the tour buses and stuff? Like
Honey,
when
I
we go on
don't do
tour?
I don't do buses. I don't do RVs. I don't do
No,
buses
I'll say tour buses. You know, they're so glamorous. The good ones.
unless it's
The ones that the label pay for anyway, the Warner
yeah.
Brothers. They pay for
Okay,
those.
then we'll talk. Then we'll talk.
Yeah.
No, but
They're
I'm
luxurious and they're a lot of fun.
yeah. If anyone has connections with cruise lines that want to have, I think a new great
Oh,
idea
cruises. That's
having
fun.
motivational speakers that work on your happiness.
There
on a
you
cruise,
go.
right? Wouldn't that be great? So we put that intention out there.
Yeah,
And
that's
see
a
what
great idea.
happens. All right.
And then you go to Italy, go anywhere.
Well, it has to leave from the port of LA. I do
Okay.
like trains though. I could also take trains. So we're, you know, that's the blood clot silver lining. More to be revealed. All right. Let's see. So thank you for joining us for breakfast. I would encourage you to meet me live online every weekday morning to start your day with breakfast. And if you do 21, 28, or 30 days, that's how you make a good habit. I promise you will sandwich your day in the most positive way. Thank you for joining us for breakfast. I like your background, by the way. Very
It
nature.
is fun.
It almost
Yeah.
looks like it doesn't look real, but it is real. It's beautiful. Because I
Thank
see
you.
the leaf moving by your
I'm all thank you. I made this.
I drew it just for the show.
I grew it just for you.
Love it. All right. The top and now, where's my bell? For the topic of the day.
Thanks.
And this says everything is awesome. I won it at Dave and Buster's. I picked the topic today,
Mhm.
and I meant to find that funny cartoon graphic, which has this stick figure pointing at a sign that says bad or not good. And the guy goes, "This is not a good sign." The universe is sending us signs. Are you listening? Let's see. We'll be putting the
But it
moose on
says
the table. And this is the moose. This is my Canadian version of talking about the elephants in the room, about the signs from the universe and what BS belief systems get in the way or help us listen. So that's the topic of the day. Yeah.
I put I put weddings as a topic.
Well, that's
looks like that, right?
because that's I have to change that. That's because you're there for a wedding. You told me you were going for a wedding, so I said,
I am.
and he goes, nah.
My
And
best
then I forgot to change.
my best friend's getting married, Wayne, and we're celebrating. It's his like bachelor party. And we're also going to be, meeting a lot of people here that he wants me to collab with musically, and music producers and promoters, club promoters and bookers. So it's business and pleasure combo.
Cool. Nobody even noticed I had yesterday's scroller on here, which is good. Let's see. We're going to change it on Signs from the Universe, right?
Signs from the Universe. Very cool. I wanted Wayne to come on the show today, but he was busy. He's a costumer, so he's making costumes for a project he's doing. And he's really into signs, like reading the signs, and he does tarot cards. Have you ever gotten your tarot cards read? I have gotten it read.
The first card they pulled was death, so I said, I don't believe in this.
Well, death is actually, the card is actually okay, because it's just talking about like what you were talking about. The death of something is the creation of something new. I remember I got my cards read by this guy named White Feather, and he was like a psychic, and he knew me based upon my phone number, like the numbers in my phone. I was about to tell you my phone number. Yeah, he knew who I was based upon the phone number of that he called me on. He's like, you're like this, and you're like this, and you're gonna be like this, and da 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 da. And I'm like, it blew my mind. I'm not even kidding. It blew my mind. And then I sat down with him, and then he did the tarot cards, and he gave me the devil card on the sector that was like friendship. Because at the time I was in a lot of conflict with my friends, which what else is new?
That's a theme. That's a theme.
I got a lot better at mending relationships, but like it was just he's like, they're afraid of you. You have to understand, like you have a powerful energy about you. Like and I had no idea, like you're scaring them. And I think a lot of times my friends get a little bit scared of what's going to come out of my mouth, in these interviews and things like that. So I've been so good at really doing this new thing in my head. It's called "What Would Dolly Do?" That's my new mantra.
That's a good idea.
What would Dolly Parton do? She really stays out of the negative aspects of the news and things like that. She stays out of it, but she's still Dolly. And that's why she's loved by everyone. And she still says her point of view through her music. She had a really wonderful song called "The World Is on Fire." I really recommend that people listen to it. It's so beautiful. And it's talking about the climate that we're living in right now. But she doesn't pick a side. She's wonderful. But before, my mantra was, what would Madonna do? And it got me it got me where I am today, but it's no longer working for me.
Well, that's great. And again, there's no shitting on yourself. Like everything, we do the best that we can with the time we have and the resources we have. So at that time, and it had benefits and consequences. Everything has benefits and consequences. And so when it's time, when there's more consequences than benefits, you move on to the next chapter of the way you want to be. That's life. There's
I love that
to, beat yourself up about or shit on yourself for, literally, because, everybody does the best that they can. And that's why, when you have an altercation with someone, I try to give them the benefit of doubt that they're just not in their 88% fabulous. They're in their 12% stepping it right now. And I get in there too. So, oh, well. Now, some people stay in their 12% for a long time. And in those cases, you can say, love ya. I'm going to love you from over there.
Right.
Let's see. We've had quite a few little comments. I just want to catch up.
Let's put them up.
See. 5 years cancer-free, AJ.
Yay.
Hold on. Let me give you
celebration.
Some specific love, because that is huge. Yay, AJ. And then what did Pam say? Oh, the
AJ takes good
event.
care of himself.
The
Oh wow,
event,
that's awesome, Ricky. Can you
you know,
watch
that
on
event
YouTube?
you were talking about?
Oh yeah,
The,
yes, we are
the
going
face.
to take tons of content. I'm going to be reposting on my social media account if you're unable
Probably
to come,
not.
but we do want people to come though.
Yeah.
If you are in the Hollywood area, October 4th, but I will be posting little clips here and there. You know how I do.
hmm Yeah. And I'm every time, oh, he's getting a call right now. I forgot to tell him to silence his notifications. But yeah, it was, let's see, here he comes. Let's hear. Pam, it was a very hard moment, but I want to know your suggestion on how we communicate with someone who is cheering the death of a fellow American dad and husband. Well, I think I answered your question, Pam. They're obviously in their 12%. It is also a product of the times right now that we've slipped into this inability to see people beyond their politics, see people beyond their BS belief systems. And that's what we're trying to get back to. That's why, Ricky and I are not the same in a lot of our BS with respect to politics, but that doesn't keep us from loving each other. And we're an example today of how we can, even though we disagree on some major things, how we can still love each other. And that's, hopefully, if you are angry about people who are doing that, you can give them the bod, which is the benefit of the doubt that they're just swept up. A lot of people are swept up right now in I am my politics, therefore I'm going to hate, I'm going to fight, I'm going to do things like that you're saying and cheer on that. But if we all don't fight back at it, because anything that you're pushing against, you give energy to. That's the law of attraction, just like gravity. It works whether you believe it or not. And instead, move towards what you want. So all of us want to be happier. All of us want to get along better. All of us want to agree more. And when we don't, we agree to disagree. We all want a united place that we call home, and a country that is united, right? That the United States, not an oxymoron. And so if I focus on that, then I'm not also creating more, how could they do that? That's a very, again, you're attracting even more. See, the best example I can give is when you highlight you're killing the enemy, you're also creating energy with all those who love the enemy to come back and hate you. So it just keeps going and going. The only way to stop hate like that is to step back and turn into the direction of love. So if I can love somebody that I'm not familiar with, or someone who's from a country that I don't understand, and I can reach out and get to know somebody, that's going in the direction of positive relationships instead of damning and condemning negative relationships. Does that make sense? Hopefully I answered that question for you, Pam. That's
Love
what
it.
I was doing while you were answering your phone. I forgot to
Yeah,
tell
somebody
you
called me.
your notifications. It'll kick you right out. All right.
Yeah.
Topic was signs from the universe. Signs from the universe. I call them what counts. What are the chances of
Of
that?
that. What
Okay.
are the
Chances of that? So yesterday I went to a Chinese restaurant before Mahjong, and I don't know if I should have sent it. Oh, you're not gonna. Maybe I could send it, but I got a fortune cookie, and the fortune cookie says, "Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes playing with a poor hand as well. Like
That's huge.
forehand, right? But I'm playing the poor hand, which is playing well with the poor hand. I thought, wow, even in a fortune cookie, I'm getting encouragement. That's a sign, right?
Right,
That,
right.
that I'm on my way. So
On the right track.
yeah, exactly. What about you?
When I was a kid, I was really into signs and prophecy. Did you ever read the book The Prophecy? What's that book called?
The
Yeah, I think
prophet,
you've read it.
the
The Prophet.
Celestine prophecy.
That's correct statement. Did you read that one?
Moose drop.
Moose drop. Did you read that book?
Yes, I did.
Did you love it? What
I
are your
did
thoughts?
love that. Hold on.
Sorry, I have to get out of the sun because I'm sunophobic.
Okay.
I'm a little sunophobic. I'm a vampire. Oh, there it is. Yes, the Celestine Prophecy.
Powerful book.
The powerful book, right? When I was a kid, I was really into this. I was really into that, the four agreements, the seven Deepak Chopra's
Seven Habits.
seven habits of
Oh,
successful
no.
people,
That's a
or
different. No, hold on.
no, the seven laws of nature or something. What was it? It's one of my favorite books. I was given that book by an executive at Sony Records. She thought that it would be a really beneficial book for me, and it was a beneficial book for me. I was reading it a lot when I was on tour, and it helped me to be more in touch with nature and signs from nature. Nowadays, let me see it. What you got there? Our favorite books. Yes, there it is. It's called the
7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
Success. Yes.
And this is the other one. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
People. Okay. I haven't read that one.
This is my library.
I read that one, The Prophecy. Yes.
You would love
That's
that.
that's like a poet. It's like a poem, right?
It is.
He's a poet. And who wrote it again?
Khalil Gibran.
Yes. It's like reads like a poem. I love
It is a book of poems. And then
what is that? I can't read it.
The Artist's Way.
The Artist's Way.
Yeah, that's really good too. Julie Cameron. And then
Beautiful. Yes, that's the one. That's a really good one. The Power of Now.
Isn't
Eckhart
it?
Tolle. Eckhart Tolle.
Yes, Eckhart Tolle. And then I can't.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Let's see.
These are all signs, by the way, everyone. We need to reread these books.
Yeah,
This is a sign.
I lent out.
In the airport. I was in the airport.
Go ahead. You was
Yep.
in the airport.
And I was in this really nice shop, and they had like books everywhere. And it's like, how long has it been since I've cracked open a book and just read a book or got a new book? So I was investigating all the books and everything, and like which one I liked, and none of them really spoke to me, so I didn't buy any. But I was just my senses are being more open up to just reading. Stop scrolling. Let's get back to reading books.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, like that's a sign from the universe. And I saw different books that I had read in the past that I really enjoyed reading, like the 48 Laws of Power, the 48 the Laws of Seduction. I love that one too. But going back to this like Eckhart Tolle moment, that book you just read, that book really shifted me in quite a significant way. And a lot of it is about stillness and silence so that we can actually hear the messages coming from the stillness.
Yes, absolutely. I lent out my 4 agreements, but I was very fortunate to interview him twice, and he's a friend of mine. So
Cool.
a little backstory that is not a lot of people know this. I don't even think I've told very many people, but because his book was so incredible, the 4 agreements, like it's just so incredible.
Popular.
I thought I was in love with him. So when he came to Agape, because he's a friend of Michael's, right? He had just had a heart transplant, right? And I said, please set me up, right? And my big brother is Michael Bernard Beckwith. His ex-wife said, at the time they were still married, she said, "No, you can't go out with him. You'll kill him." He has a new heart. And he's like this high. So it was very funny. Inside moment. As we're talking, this is a really good, if you want to listen to Signs from the Universe, getting into the vortex. Abraham Hicks, this is the original Secret. The Secret that a lot of people know focuses a lot on material manifestation, but if you really want to tap into the real secret or the real law of attraction, that's the book to get. So,
I love that.
So, for me, this is my BS. If you want to listen to the Signs from the Universe, you have to first decide that the universe is friendly, right? Otherwise, if you grew up like I did in a religion where the universe was God and it was an angry God and it was always watching you to see if you were good or bad, naughty or nice, and if you didn't follow the commandments, you're going to hell or you're going to get slammed, right? That's not a friendly universe to me. That is a punishing God. So first,
it seems kind of it's hostile.
Yeah,
sorry.
I had to believe in a God that didn't need anger management classes. So for me, my universe is friendly.
I had to go through that too.
It's always conspiring for me, never against me. Because if I don't believe that, then I'm going to see these blood clots as a punishment. And I know they're not a punishment. I didn't do anything wrong, but I don't understand it. I don't like it. But my faith in a friendly universe says more will be revealed. I know it's always this and better. And I'll have a sign to tell me that. So my fortune cookie was a sign, right? That I went, wow, that's a clear message that I'm playing with a poor hand and I'm going to play it well.
Right. It's a very clear sign. And that's what the Celestial Prophecy was talking about, that there will be signs in the world, in our world, guiding us if we are attuned to it, if we are open to it. For me, I try to listen to my gut instinct on things and people, but sometimes I test myself, which kind of gets me into trouble, I think, because I push the boundaries of something. I'll say, well, this is potentiality, but I believe that if I do this a certain way, in a certain way, I can make this happen this way, and this will come together this way. I could do, it's that whole, I could do it all kind of vibe. And it's like, sometimes you got to just admit or recognize that you can't be all things for all people, or you can't do it all. You can't do that event and that event and that event. Sometimes you have to say, no, I'm too busy, or no, or what's the budget? How big, how big is our budget? Things like that. And then that they may not have a proper budget for you, and you just say, no, okay, sounds good.
Not personal.
Not our time.
Personal. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you fight against your instinct, which is I'm worthy of a lot of money, a lot of success, fame, wealth, I'm worthy of all these things, and then you take a gig that is not a part of that, it's telling mixed messages to the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. Hint, hint.
Moose drop.
So, the other, if I take this to a practical level, it's that gut feeling sometimes. Like you'll have like this inspired thought. When I meditate now, I get messages, but like, and they're not like giant messages like go to the moon. They're like little messages like call this person or, fill this in or, just spend a minute playing with Google, right? And so I think everybody knows the biggest story, which was I lost a $200,000 consulting project. Next thing I know, I have a #1 best-selling book because I had time to write the book that I wouldn't have had if I did that project. That's a sign that came from I was open to hearing. I said, okay, if this project is not going to happen, I said, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this. And I was quiet. And the voice said, right. I said, I don't have time to write. And the voice said, you
listened.
But I did a book signing. If I can't do a book signing in Ireland, I can do a book signing in Long Beach. I did a book signing at a jewelry store. That was, a friend of mine said, come and do, that. And so I did it. And
wonderful.
I'm like, why am I doing this? But it was great. I sold out of the books. And
awesome.
Thank you. And the sister of, part owner, we just start talking. Next thing I know, she's a marketing person and she's giving me the answers that I need on some things. Like people have been saying, they love my content. They want to get in touch, but they, don't have a place to hire me as a motivational speaker. So she said, why don't you, put an online course together? And I'm like, I don't like doing that. I don't want to. To me, that's not sexy enough for my time. One of those things I really don't want to do. And then I stopped and the voice said, ask AI. Now you have done that before. And I told you I had this love-hate relationship with ChatGPT, right?
Traumatized you.
Yes, it did. Well, I put in the Google line, if Dr. Marissa was to put an online course together, what would it look like?
Oh, that's fun.
Ricky, it
came out.
Yes. 8 modules.
AI is a miracle. It's a miracle.
That was a sign. I was inspired, like that voice, to do that. And now I have the freaking thing all done. Like it took like 2 minutes.
There.
And then I put in, if Dr. Marissa was a stand-up comic, what would her set look like? And it gave me a set. and 70% of the jokes in there were what I already do.
That's amazing.
So that was a sign, again, of my stand-up comedy is something that I should do.
Right. Absolutely.
Which I couldn't do if I was on tour.
No.
Right?
This is the direction you're supposed to go in.
The last sign was, I'm working on a screenplay called Life by 1,000 Cuts. The final scene is my mother on the machines, and y'all know I had a tiger mom on steroids who called me ugly and clumsy, and she did the best that she could. But in the final scene, I wrote that she hugged me. She has never hugged me in my entire life, right?
Honey,
so I will hug her back. She will hug me back, but I've never been hugged by her own. The last time I saw her before she passed, when I came off the plane and I went to her room, she hugged me. Now, I didn't know that when I wrote that in the final scene. Okay. That's a sign that I need to be writing the screenplay, and I wouldn't have been able to do it if I were on tour. Right? And then the final was I got this ring when she passed. And this is the ring that sliced me from here to here when she hit me when I was young.
Oh,
And it was the only time I remember her saying sorry to me. Now, I wrote in the script, I didn't remember that I wrote that it was a 4-carat diamond. Now, I didn't know how big the diamond was. And I wrote down it was a 4-carat diamond. When I got the ring, I had it appraised. And the first guy said it was 2.5 to 3. And I said, oh, I forgot I wrote 4. And then at this jewelry store of my friend, he said it was 4. How did I know to write that in the screenplay? So again, the final sign, the reason why I'm not flying is to finish the screen.
Your script. Yeah, for sure.
Crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy.
That's a what got. What are the chances of that?
That happened to me when I was in Aladdin at Disneyland. I was a performer in the show at the Hyperion Theater, and it was a really cool show. It was definitely like higher tiered. You know, it was equity. We were treated like literal kings and queens. We had our own massage therapists and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like whenever we got hurt, we would like, okay, I need to see the person. They would work on us. I love that. Anyways, it was a lot of fun, and I remember I was stretching backstage before I went on, and I had my arm out extended, and I was like looking away from myself, stretching, and one of the performers ran, didn't see my arm was out, and he stepped on my hand and broke my pinky. He broke it, and it was like bent and crooked. I was like so mad at this person. Like, how could you hurt me? Like, I get really upset when people like violate me or hurt my body in different ways without my consent. I don't like that. I got really mad. I got really upset, but they ended up really taking care of me. Disney was really amazing. They took care of me. I got a little cast on my pinky I had to wear, and I could no longer do weight training. I couldn't hold the weights anymore. I couldn't do workout at the gym. Like, what am I going to do? And my friend was like, why don't you try taking Pilates? And so I started taking different Pilates classes because you don't have to grip the bar. You could just hold it like this. You could hold the straps like this. So I was able to do all the moves. And I ended up falling in love with Pilates and then having this whole, my whole journey of becoming like one of the top instructors, like in LA. It was written in ClassPass.com as one of the top 5 instructors of LA. And it just happened. It was just like, but I would have never, that would have never happened to me learning about Pilates, becoming certified, all of that stuff, if this person hadn't like
Exactly.
stepped on my finger.
And that's the secret, right? If you can suspend and not take personally bad things that happen. So one of the biggest BSs that we grow up with is that bad things only happen to good people or bad people. Bad things happen all the time. Pain in life is mandatory. Suffering from it is optional. Looking for not the, I don't believe too when people say, oh, I haven't learned the lesson. That again is from a punishing BS belief system, right? I don't believe there's someone trying to make you learn the lesson. That's not it at all, because that's still punishment. In life, we're just here to learn how to be in joy, to be in happiness. And sometimes that requires going past the pain into power. That's all it is. So if you can take whatever negative thing is happening to you and turn it around and say, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this, then you can listen for whatever that sign is, and then all these doors open.
I have another one. I have another sign. Losing my voice in 2023 and 2022, that era, was one of the most traumatic things in my life. Like, I've never experienced anything like that. Even the death,
Right.
like the death of my mother when I was 3 years old, witnessing that. And she came back to life, of course, but it was very, very extremely traumatizing. a second to that, number two to that, is losing my voice to muscle tension dysphonia. Losing your voice when you're a singer, and that's like a huge part of your identity. I couldn't even talk, Dr. Marissa. I would lose my voice just doing this interview. I'd be like, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't. I would have to write my order down for people on my phone to order food and to
Wow.
order things. I felt like I had lost a limb. You talking about people cutting off their arms? I felt like that. And Brian Luttrell from Backstreet Boys suffers from this, from muscle tension dysphonia. And he talked about wanting to unalive himself. He felt that depressed.
Wow.
And even in his voice, you can hear in Backstreet Boys, he's still he has trouble controlling his voice now. You know?
That's like Celine Dion.
Right. That it probably is not as serious as what she had. I'm not, she had something crazy, but like muscle tension dysphonia is just like the muscles that protect the vocal cords. They're too tight. They're trying to protect too much. It's like a huge metaphor for my life. Just overprotected. The vocal cords are fine. The vocal cords are fine, right? But the muscles are trying to protect it so much that they're not malleable. They're not allowing the vocal cords to move fluidly. So I had to learn. I went to a psychic. She told me that not to worry, not to fret, because you're stepping into power. You're stepping into yourself now. You are going to have a better voice than what you had before. And I looked at her and I was like, you are full of shiitake. Full of it. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't even talk right now for an extended period of time.
Right.
And you know what? I can honestly say in many ways, my voice is better. It's more malleable. I can hit higher notes. I can hit like beautiful soft notes, and the fluidity of it, because I learned a new technique because I went to go see a doctor who taught me how to place it differently, different techniques that help me beyond imagination. The connecting of the in-between notes, I never learned about that philosophy. The sliding from notes on your scales as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got to connect the in-betweenness of the notes. That's never been taught to me.
Yeah. And
Never,
I'm gonna
never.
Stop you and get your final 30-second word because we're out of time as usual. I haven't even done the station ID.
Well, everyone,
That's
thank
the
you
way
so
we do
much
it.
for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. Follow me at Ricky Rebel Rocks on all social media platforms, or you can go to rickyrebelrocks.com for information on my music, my upcoming performances, and everything Ricky Rebel. Thank you.
Yay. And MB, and thank you for the Cashew Gallery for all the great comments. We don't have time to go through them. My final word is you're not alone. You always have a friendly universe around you. It's your choice whether you think that you are living. I'm going to go live on a desert island by myself. Really, you don't need to do that. You're surrounded by love. You're loving, lovable, love wrapped in a warm blanket of worthiness. So I hope that you feel that and know that for yourself. In the meantime, I know it for you. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Now go. Oh, sorry. Ricky, take us out.
And go and have the best weekend ever.
Dr. Marissa reporting live on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind, home to the Asian Oprah, #1 talk in the IE. Thanks for joining us on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, with Straight Talk with myself and
Ricky Rebel. Thank you.
Take back your life.